Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we had a code red emergency this morning. I woke up, opened the cabinet, and I was out of coffee. I had forgotten to go get coffee yesterday morning. This is by far the worst case scenario of things that can happen around my house. So, luckily it was Friday, and my son was telling me I had to go get him Chick-fil-A anyway, which I already knew. So we're drinking Chick-fil-A coffee this morning, and then I'll have to go to the store later. Friday, Friday's a good day, but when you don't have your coffee in the morning, it can be devastating. We've taken care of the problem. We've got a $2.31 XRP this morning. Look at this. Top 5 altcoins by rank over the last 24 hours on Lunar Crush. Coming in at number 1 would be XRP. Look at this. Gold knows very well what's coming from zero hedge. Gold trades above $3,000 for the first time ever. That's a good thing because I love gold. Gold, not Bitcoin, by the way. And I'm not saying Bitcoin's not going to go up, but Bitcoin's not ever replacing gold, folks. Don't believe that one. Jim Rickards, whoop, there it is. Gold just hit 3,000 per ounce for the first time, only the beginning. Now, I want to go back to this because there were so many things that were not correct in Charles Gasparino's tweet. But first, I want to reiterate, make no mistake, folks. Charles Gasparino is doing the bidding of the people, I don't know certain names, but the people who are all caught up in ETHgate. Make no mistake, this dude is doing their bidding, because I honestly don't even believe what he wrote here. I don't even believe that Ethereum is, if Ethereum is in the conversation, it's because Ripple's using what was uncovered about ETHgate as leverage, if it's involved at all. But this business of going back and, when have you heard them even bring up the whole decentralization narrative since we uncovered ETHgate? They wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. They all dropped it. Okay? The last time I saw it, remember when Bill Hinman just all of a sudden showed up on stage at one of these conferences recently and literally started talking about that? It makes you wonder if over there in these Ripple negotiations that someone, maybe Bill Hinman, has planted the seed with these people that, look, you gotta stick with this decentralization thing to get us out of this. But something's going on. Gasparino, this was not a tweet, this was a plant. Make no mistake. But I want to remind you, because we got to correct him on this. This is the biggest thing that we got to correct him on. Both he's saying that Ethereum and XRP both were issued the same way. That's 100% lie. Was not. Ethereum, they did the Ethereum sale before Ethereum even launched. Okay? That is not how XRP was put out to the world. Right here. Ethereum says both used finance to build out the platform, yet Ripple got sued and Ethereum didn't, because Ethereum had since morphed into a commodity. Now, what he doesn't say in this tweet is what Hinman's reasoning was. It had morphed, their claim with the Hinman speech was that it had morphed into a commodity because it was now decentralized. Well, we have proof that that was a lie. We have proof that we didn't have while we're uncovering ETHgate. This was in the freaking movie. This is Steven Narioff. So remember, Bill Hinman met with Lubin and with Vitalik Buterin. And then he goes out and gives the speech about how now it's decentralized. Okay? He met with them under oath, by the way. Listen to what Steven Narioff said. Now remember, Steven Narioff was there when he was there. He was communicating with in the early days of Ethereum with both Lubin and with Vitalik Buterin, and has proof. Listen to this.
But I've shown documents that would have unraveled the entire attempt that they did to give this regulatory preference or halo simply to Ethereum through the speech that Bill Hinman gave. I have shown the documentation to show that Ethereum itself knew that they were not decentralized, which was the basis of that speech at the time he gave the speech, and he had met with both of them under oath, which is a felony, and they both knew, and I was the only person that had that document other than the two of them, Joseph Lubin and Vitalik Buterin, and that document was signed by Vitalik Buterin himself.
So the entire thing was based on a lie. So the idea that somehow Ripple's having to justify XRP versus Ethereum, it's all bullcrap. All of it's bullcrap. And Charles Gasparino knows that. This was put out to put a narrative out, folks. And I don't even believe it. Now, against that backdrop, now think about this for a minute and ask yourself, have you ever heard Brad Garley, anybody associated with Ripple, say anything bordering on this, not just stupid, but shady? No, you haven't.
For a long time.
This is from the other day. This is from February 26th of this year. Lubin, remember, he went silent. His attorneys told him to go quiet, which they should tell him to go quiet permanently, because this guy's got some issues. But now he's out running his mouth again.
There have been so many problems with raising capital for projects for the last few decades. It used to take a ton of capital and big teams. It got smaller and smaller. We've been in a phase where you don't actually need to raise money. You can just create your own magic internet money and attract your team that way.
Nobody has thumbed their nose at the SEC the way this guy has. And I don't care if we're pro-crypto or not. This guy should see some repercussions for all the things that he's openly talked about that he's done. All right, the Bitcoin maxis are still trying. They're still trying. They keep losing. Do you think Patrick, this is a Bitcoin maxi, Corey Bates, do you think Patrick Bet David got paid to make the Ripple video? 80% no. Whoops. These people, they love making clowns of themselves daily. And here's two more clowns. This is that moment when you realize the XRP army is more powerful than your artificial Bitcoin marketing machine, because we've done actual research.
Right after that, I saw Patrick Bet David do a survey in which he asked which crypto asset had the best long-term tech. And Ripple got 43.8% of the vote. Bitcoin only got 35%.
It's because the public's not stupid, dude. That's what you guys aren't getting.
What is going on here? Why do you think so many people are in favor of Ripple?
So when I wrote that thread, I really quickly did some research and looked into, okay.
Guess what, buddy? I've done research for over 7 years on this. I'm a little ahead of you. You really quickly did some research.
Well, what's kind of the value proposition here? What's just like the 101? And the story of Ripple kind of tells itself. It's just like, here's a coin. It's been around since 2012. And I think if anybody asks the question, like, well, how has it actually been used? What has actually been done with it? When you have a technology that's been around for more than a decade at this point, and nobody's using it, then you need to ask questions. Why? And I don't think there's any question that...
Now, these guys know that Ripple's been under regulatory capture for the last 4 years. So what they do is they throw out, well, nobody's using it. Well, they've been under regulatory capture where nobody can use it.
But like...
Remember, he fails to tell the audience, Ripple, MoneyGram was using it before the SEC lawsuit. That's the reason they filed the lawsuit. was they realized, and remember what David Strzelecki said, the financial planner guy? He said that Bank of America was using Ripple for their internal transactions, and everybody thought they were about to start using it. I believe that's why the SEC was sent after them. I believe the Wall Street big boys said, look, this is dangerous. This will be way disruptive to what we're doing if Bank of America comes in and owns this whole space.
In the crypto industry, it's littered with fraud and scams and false marketing and all of these other things. And I think that Ripple is an organization that has done a lot of...
Notice, no, I just showed you Joseph Lubin. No, if these guys were wanting to really highlight someone who's done something shady, they would highlight Joseph Lubin, but they don't. Why do they not focus? Why don't they ever focus on Ethereum? It's because Ethereum's not the threat. That's why.
Taking a lot of like disingenuous steps towards the way that they're marketing the company. They went on a campaign where, well, I guess I'll start with, they issued a token as a way to finance Ripple is...
Well, Satoshi issued a token to finance something.
A network to be adopted. Since there's been these different directions they've tried to go, but the original intention of this project was to facilitate remittance payments and be some sort of like banking settlement network. They want to create a CBDC. Like, that's ultimately what they want.
Actually, they have a real USD. It's a stable coin.
Want to do. And which I'm fundamentally against, but like putting that aside, it's
which they issued on the XRP ledger, which you can't do on Bitcoin.
the question of like, will it actually work? Will it be adopted? And it's been around for forever. They create this token. It was a huge pre-mine. They effectively just, sell it to finance different marketing initiatives. That's all they've really done is they captured a ton of value from the token during the 2017 rally. And, everybody knows that these things don't trade off of fundamentals. They trade around narratives and hype. We've seen that time and time again throughout cycles. And Ripple was so successful doing that it gave them a very significant treasury and firepower to be able to like implement a bunch of different marketing campaigns. And
it's pitiful. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into DAI-XRP, and I've been making my videos kind of long. I want to make this shorter. Okay, so in DAI-XRP, go to DAIXRP.com to join through the Patreon. It's about the price of a cup of coffee, Starbucks coffee. It's one of the best coffees. Or you can go below this YouTube video, click the join button, and we do extended content with no advertising over the whole video. So you'll get the YouTube video with no advertising and the extra content with no advertising. So we're going to talk XRP. We're going to talk where things are going, what we're looking at. Got a lot more stuff I want to show you too around XRP as well. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.